Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm here to talk about a little bit about some of my biggest gambling winnings off ratio wise. So, as in the amount of money and times it paid, the multiplied times it paid. And we're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to go over slots, horses, poker, and just probably just those three, I guess. But we'll start out with slots. So I'd say my biggest winnings I've got on a slot machine were probably from a 20-cent bet that paid $335. And that was a jackpot on that machine. And it went off like crazy. And I can't believe, think about a 20-cent spin paying 300 some dollars. That's 1,500 times in your money. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. And I've won a couple $100 on some other slots doing like 50-cent dollar spins and stuff. But 300 was definitely the most for a 20-cent spin. 330 some. Now we're going to move on to horses. So I don't know if you guys know, but they do have a horse app now in the iStore. A couple different ones that you can look at, and you can place just the bets you would on a normal horse race, and it actually has a 30-second delay, so you can watch the live races with a 30-second delay across the nation and bet on them. Now, I like to mix up the favors. So, say if there's a even odds money that's just one, and then maybe a 3-to-1 horse and like a 5-to-1 horse, and those are the favors. I might just take the one and put them, depending on how much money I have, for a 50-cent trifecta, put the one on top to be followed by the 3, then the 5 for 50 cents, and then do a secondary bet, put the one on top again, but then put the 5 followed by the 3 for a total of $1 bet. And sometimes those can pay big, those trifectas. In fact, most of the time they do, even on favors. So, and you could even put like $1 exact in there for them to come in the first and second place exactly, and that's like a $2 bet right there. But anyways, where I was going with this is, so I'd say my biggest win on betting horses, well, I'll start out with some of the other ones. I've actually I've hit a $5 exacta for $84 before. I've hit a dollar trifecta for $83. I've hit a superfecta, which is a line 4 up in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, in that whatever order out of how many horses, so 10, maybe like 7 or 8 horses or whatever. I lined up 4 of them for 30 cents, which paid over $30. So I was 100 timesing my money on a horse bet, and that was only on a 30-cent bet. But the biggest one I've had probably was I bet some favorite horses, and a little before it started, and right when it mixed up, it switched around a little bit, and the 2 horses that I'd bet on to come in first and second actually got boosted up to about 4.5 to 1 each, and the favor came in third, but I had all 3 of them, and it was 50 cents, and it paid something like $78 or something. So that was like 150 times in your money on a bet, and that's pretty crazy. 50 cents paying that. And you think about like scratch tickets and stuff, and how they are all predetermined and such, and just they're like 1 in 3 odds or something to even get your money back. Now that's just to get your money back. To double is even more outrageous, and I don't get it. But anyways, I'm going to move on to poker. I've been down to Jackpot a few times. I've never been to Vegas. I would love to go one day. I've heard nothing but great things about it. And my favorite game is poker. I love poker. I wish it was more regulated and had more casinos around that you could do it in. But that's besides the point. when I went to Jackpot, I um I've played in their tournament, the $75 buy-in, twice down there. One I believe had like 60 people, and the other one had like 70. Now each time, out of like 3 or 4 times I've done this, I've made it to the final table twice. And I split it once 6 people for $780, and then I split it 4 ways once when I still had a pretty big stack and could have kept going for first, which would have been $1,400. But I got back $890 on a chop, which isn't bad at all on a chop, and for buying in for 75. But that's in tournaments. Now in cash games, I have bought in also and been in a couple. I've been in a $500 pot before where I had 200 invested. And the biggest win I've had in poker was in one hand. I've won $330 in one hand when I only invested about I'd say 80 or 90 into the middle. So that was my biggest win. I actually so I had, let me think here. I had it was something like pocket. I don't know. All I remember is I hit a full house on a guy over a flush, and I got him into the pot, and it paid like, I don't know, like I got like $350 or something. But anyways, yeah, of course you don't win all the time, but poker is definitely a good way to go. It's a skill managed game, and it's still fun to do, you know. So, but other than that, I plan to do more poker in the future, and I want to definitely see how far I can maybe get one day. Well, anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching the video, and I hope you have a good time.